Russian forces invaded Ukraine in 2014, using at first local pro-Russian militants as thinly veiled cover for their invasion. However, the heavy weaponry and training employed by the so-called militants quickly exposed the lie of the Kremlin's continued insistence that it is not involved in the conflict. Well, I can tell you that this fence is not our territory. There's our checkpoint. There are guys over there, and that's it. I want to say that the militants are really professionals. They can shoot well, they can identify the position of the enemy. So to teach people to shoot is one thing, but to teach them to shoot well is totally different. Our soldiers can fight infantry fighting vehicles, and this is a very high standard. It is a professional army. First, they start with light weapons, then we have to respond. Then they get more military hardware, infantry fighting vehicles, mortars, and after that usually comes the bomb throwers, anti-aircraft mounts, but as you understand, we cannot respond to that, and civilians fall under fire. Despite the Minsk Agreement, a document signed by Ukraine, Russia, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, and the leaders of the Russian puppet LNR and DNR governments, Russian forces have continued with daily artillery barrages, using heavy equipment far beyond the ability of simple local militants to procure. We hear equipment moving every day. They have heavy equipment, but it's not visible. It's green and hidden under high grass. They have a lot of equipment. They move from one position to the other. They let out covering smoke and then move their equipment. We don't fire on the equipment, but follow its movements. The Russian war in Ukraine shows no sign of abating, despite the efforts of international diplomats and pressure on the Russian government. They still deny their involvement in the war, despite the fact that professional Russian soldiers have been captured by the Ukrainian side. For now, the war continues.